Hi guys, just an update. I've been trying the Libre Plus 2, and being a type 2 diabetic, I can only get it as a trial, but it's $15. So normally it costs about 2,400 Australian dollars a year if you're type 2. If you're type 1, it's about $1 a day subsidised. So most of my video will be just me showing you slides of my daily graphs, and then I'll do a wrap up at the end. But that's what it looks like. It wasn't painful to put on, and anyway, I'll let my slides do the talking. This is how the daily graphs look like in the phone app. For the purposes of explaining the graphs to you, I will turn them 90 degrees so you can read the labels on what caused the spikes. After having diabetes type 2 for the last 15 years, I always knew I had high readings, but I never realised they went this high. I normally just take a fasting measurement in the mornings and never after meals because I'm too worried about how high they go, but now I know. What scared me more was I never knew I had hypos. There was a case in Melbourne where a fella ran into a beer garden and killed two families, and he said he didn't know that he had low blood sugar. Well, I didn't know I had low blood sugar readings until I started using the Libre 2 Plus. This was the first day that I connected the monitor. It takes about an hour after you insert it into your skin for it to start reading, and I started every night with a glass of red wine or two. The green zone is a normal zone for diabetics, so it's a low of 5 mmol up to 10. Anything above that, it'll show red and a number. Here I had my regular leftovers for lunch and alcohol for dinner. I started every morning with one of those Nestle cappuccino satchels about 6:30, and then when I had breakfast I would have 2 Weet-Bix with full cream milk. So that causes a pretty severe spike. For lunch I had 2 fried eggs and sausage, so there was no carbs, and my blood sugar was dropping pretty low. So I decided to get a bowl of hot chips, and 3 hours later, it wasn't until then that my sugar started to go down. So hot potato chips really push your sugar up, and you can see the slight spike for red wine in the evening. Now, I'm not going to show you every slide because a lot of the days were the same, but this was the first time that I realized that I was getting hypos, which is low sugar readings. For 15 years, I always assumed my sugar was always way too high. But to be able to drive in New South Wales, they say you must be 5 to drive. And here I am way below 4. The funny thing is I checked myself with a finger prick with my guide glucose meter, and it came up 4.4. So a little bit of a discrepancy between the glucose monitor and my own finger prick test. So maybe it wasn't as low as this, but still dangerous. So the only thing that pushed me into the danger zone today was some hot chips I had for lunch. Wine wasn't too bad, but again, this time I had my hypo in my sleep. So that the other night it happened while I was still awake at my computer, and that's when first time ever, I started popping a couple of lollies and a spoonful of honey to try and get my sugar up. Never done that before. But here I was getting a hypo while I was asleep. The hypos were really scaring me. So I remember when I last saw the endocrinologist, he gave me a new drug and he said to monitor my morning glucose readings, and he said if they got too low to stop taking it. Well, here was a case where I had to stop taking it. So I made a telehealth appointment with my GP, and I showed him my first 2 days of hypos and explained to him about what the endocrinologist said. So he said, "Okay, stop taking them." So in this day, I didn't take them, but I was visiting family and eating some heavy foods like crumpets and sandwiches with white bread. And you can see how they spiked my sugar. So you can see from this day, I stopped taking my morning cappuccino sachet and my Weet-Bix, and I started having peanut butter on toast. So peanut butter is a protein, so it went up a little bit, but not into the danger zone. For lunch, I had a banana, which is full of fructose. For dinner, I had just meat, mushrooms, and capsicum, so there was no carbs. And you can see how my sugar didn't spike. I was a bit naughty later on, and I had one of those cup of noodles, so that went up a little bit. But overall, wasn't a bad day. So skipping ahead a couple of days, I'm trying to stay away from sugary things. So I had some chicken soup with barley in it. The barley spiked me up to about 11. And you can see even just having a handful of grapes brought it up a little. But overall, that day was pretty good. Okay, I'm almost finished. I just wanted to show you this one to show you probably my worst day, even without the medications. Oh, sugar's high. I thought I'd try and have muesli because it's basically oats, but it's full of dried fruit. So it really got me to a record almost 18. So, and then for lunch, I had sausages on bread. I had freshly cooked whole potatoes. I had cheesecake. So all the bad things, but it was Easter Sunday. So I was forgetting about my sugar for a day. And then at night, I had a few glasses of red wine and a packet of chips. So I won't do that too often. I still have one day left on the trial, but I'm going to leave it at this last slide. So today I had regular oats, 2-minute oats, but without the fruit in it. And the spike, you can see, is not as sharp as yesterday or when I had that muesli. It spread over a couple of hours. So I hope you found this video helpful, and try the $15 Libre trial. $15 is nothing compared to what the full price is, and unfortunately I won't be able to continue it, but I did it for what I could learn from it, and I wanted to share that with you.